Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. And if you aren't new here and you've been here for a while, please make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload, which by the way is about 5 to 7 times a week. At the minute it's like 7 times a week because there's just so many new releases. But yeah, please make sure you put that notification bell on just so you're notified. So today we have a very extremely exciting video because it's the start of my iHeart Revolution and Disney collab review. If you would have seen yesterday's video, you know that I did an unboxing of all of the products I bought from the new iHeart Revolution and Disney range. They collabed with 3 Disney princesses and I bought the majority of the range. I bought probably about 80% of it because I'm just obsessed with Disney and I just had to. For today's video, we are going to be doing a review on the Cinderella collection, which I'm so excited about. Out of the 3 princesses they've collaborated with so far, Cinderella is probably my favourite, so I am the most excited to try this one. I have already heard mixed reviews about this collab, so you know, I'm a bit sceptical at the moment, but I'm excited to try it for myself to see what I think of it. But if you'd like to see what I think of the Cinderella collection, then please keep watching. I did talk about a lot of this in yesterday's video, so I promise I won't ramble on too much, even though I do talk a lot, and that's why my videos are so long sometimes. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the prices with you quickly. I'm going to do swatches of everything and then I'm going to do the actual testing part of this video. So I will leave timestamps in the description just so if you just want to skip straight to the testing of the products, you can. The timestamp will be down below. So I'll start off with the main product in these collabs, and this is the Face and Eye palette. This is what the packaging looks like if you haven't seen yesterday's video. But they're all in like fairy tale book, like detail packaging. I absolutely love it. I'm so obsessed with it. And the Cinderella collection on the back says just before midnight. And this is what the Cinderella palette looks like. This palette actually retails for £15, which I don't think is too bad considering you get eyeshadows and face products in here. As I mentioned as well in yesterday's video, there are Revolution discount codes going around at the minute. I'll leave it in the description down below, so if you are thinking about buying these, definitely use the discount code because I think I paid about £12 for these for this in the end. So yeah, absolutely love the Cinderella palette. If I just show you that up close. And then you also can get a single highlighter, which to be honest I don't really understand because you get highlighters in the actual palette. I would have preferred them to do maybe like an actual lipstick or something like that to go in with the collection. But this is what the packaging looks like, exactly the same, and it's quite a thick box. It's very similar to the Nightmare Before Christmas range, even like the palette packaging, exactly the same. And it just opens up at the side, and this is what the Cinderella highlighter looks like. So this actually retails for £8, so it's a little bit expensive for a highlighter by Revolution, but I think you're pretty much paying for the back packaging. And this is what the highlighter looks like. It's definitely more on the pinky toned. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test this one highlighter on one cheek, a highlighter from the palette on the other, and see if there's any like difference in formula. And it says just before midnight here as well, so yeah, I absolutely love the packaging. And then lastly, you also get lip toppers in these collabs. So this is what the packaging looks like, and the shade, if I can get this open, and Cinderella's shade is more of a like shimmery clear gloss. It is really pretty. I am going to put a nude lip on underneath and then put this kind of over the top because they are a lip topper, but the packaging is super cute. These retail for £6, so again, they're not super affordable, but they're not really expensive either. I think Disney were doing it right, collaborating with a drugstore brand, because for people like me who like to collect makeup, I can just collect every single bit of the collection and not feel too bad about it because it's not super expensive. But yeah, those are all the products in the Cinderella range. Just to let you know, the majority of this collection is out of stock at the moment. I literally sat up, me and my patrons literally sat up at like midnight ordering all this stuff, and I think I went to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning because I just wanted to make sure that I got everything. But it is out of stock at the moment. I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be a restock or when the restock's going to be, but I will link it all down below for you. So if you want to sign up for your email alerts to email you when it comes back in stock, then obviously you can. But this is just for people to see if it's worth picking up, worth the money, if you need it, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm now going to dive into the swatches. I'm going to swatch pretty much everything, the palette, the highlighter, and I'll swatch the lip topper as well, might as well. So let's get started. So this is the first half of the eyeshadow palette swatched. For a blue kind of themed palette, I think the bluey purpley shades in here are the only like matte blues in here, which is a bit annoying. I was going to do like a full-on blue look, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do now. But the swatches are not too bad. The shimmers do feel a little bit dry, but I think if you wet them, that may be able to help them to be a little bit more reflective. But obviously we'll see how they perform on the eyes. And this is the second half of the eyeshadow palette swatched. I was wrong, there is actually another blue. It's this dark one here. So I think I am going to do a blue look just because obviously this is Cinderella and the collab is a blue. So I think I might do that. But the swatches again are not too bad. The shimmers feel a little bit dry. But look at that last blue shimmer, like how stunning is that? Okay, so the first 6 are the blushers and the highlighters in the palette. This is the highlighter on its own and this is the lip topper. So when I was swatching them, they do feel a bit powdery and chalky. But I mean, they don't swatch too bad, so I'll see how they perform on the face. Okay, now it's time to test the product. So firstly, I'm going to test out the single highlighter because after swatching, I'm very intrigued to know what this is going to be like on the face. And again, I've heard mixed reviews on these powders, so yeah, I'm intrigued to know what this is going to be like. So I'm going to take this on this brush and I'm going to use another brush and take a different highlight from the palette and do it on this side. So let's try this. So yeah, it's just a little bit, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's just a little bit dry and powdery. It's very, it doesn't even look like a highlighter in the pan, which is really odd. So yeah, let's actually just give this a go. Right, so this is the highlighter on. And it's very pink, so if you love your pink highlighters, you're going to love this. Also to note, it is a very glowy highlighter. It's not Revolution's typical like stark blinding highlighters. It's very beautiful and glowy, so if you don't like the more blinding type of highlighters, I think you're really gonna like this. It's not too in your face. You can even tell on camera it doesn't pop as much as I know Revolution's highlighters can, so I don't think this is necessarily bad. I just think it's a different type of highlighter that Revolution normally do. It's just definitely more on the glowy side, and it is a beautiful pink colour, so I do like it. It's just up to you on your preferences of highlighter, whether you do like a blinding one or if you like more ones like this, so a bit more soft and subtle. Okay, next we're going to be taking a highlighter from the actual palette. And I think I'm going to take this one, which is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Yeah, I just realised what that was then. I was like, what? I'm so stupid. It goes Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Literally just said it right there. But anyway, I just realised I need to change my brush. So yeah, I'm going to go in with Bibbidi and let's see what this one's like. Again, very, very powdery in the pan, but let's see if this one is similar to that formula. So this is what the highlighter looks like on this side, and again I think it's one of those types of soft glowy highlighters. It's not kind of like in your face blinding, because Revolution have definitely done way more blinding highlighters than this. Not everyone likes a blinding highlighter, so again, if you like more of the subtle glow ones, then you're going to love these. I think that's what the powder consistency makes them do. It just makes them look more subtle. I do slightly prefer the formula to this one because I feel like this is just going to fade during the day, whereas this one will keep its like beautiful reflectiveness. I've also just put that one on my nose and Cupid's bow. And yeah, I actually really like this highlighter. Was a bit skeptical because again I heard mixed reviews, but I think the highlighters in the palette are a lot better than the single highlighter, again depending on personal preference, but for me personally I like the one better in the palette than on its own. And next we're going to go back into the face palette again and try one of these blushes, and I think because we are going to do a blue look, I might take this beautiful pink one up here. These ones are super beautiful. This one's more of a peachy shade and this one's more of a nude, so I think I'm gonna take this one. And again, wow, that is very kickbacky. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's again very powdery, very kickbacky. So let's see if these are pigmented. And this is what the blush looks like. It is a beautiful soft baby pink colour, super beautiful. They're not too pigmented as well, which is great for people like me who always apply too much blush. You can easily build them up to the colour that you want, and I really like it. Yes, it is a little bit kickbacky and powdery, but once you build it up, you get such a stunning colour. The face products in this palette are more catered towards a fair to light skin tone, which is again what I touched base on yesterday. I really wished they done it so it was like fair, medium, deep, so everyone could use these palettes, because not all these colours are going to suit absolutely everyone. I liked the face products that I used. I probably like these the most. The single highlighter, if I can pick it up, not my favourite highlighter by Revolution, but these are really nice. Not the best quality, I must admit, really not the best quality. I've seen Revolution do way better products than that, but if you just build them up you can get them to look really beautiful, and I do really like them. So now we can move on to the eyeshadow palette. To start off with, I'm going to take the shade Midnight and I'm going to put that in my crease. So in the pan it's actually quite a dark navy blue, but when you put it on your eyes, I don't know, it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, but that doesn't matter. We're going to use another shade to blend that out. So I'm going to take this blue here, which is called Daydream, and I'm going to use this to blend out that crease shade. This one's a little bit kickbacky. That Midnight shade wasn't, but this is a little bit, but let's see if this blends it out nicely. I'm just doing this really roughly, by the way, because obviously there's quite a harsh line here, but I'm just going to put all the shades on and then I can go back and blend it all. So lastly, for the mattes, I'm going to take the shade Fairy Godmother, which is a little bit more on the purpley side, but I'm going to use it to blend out the top edges. I think hopefully it will work. Right, now I've put that down, I'm now going to go back through all of the shades, blend them all in, and hopefully this will look a little bit more seamless. Okay, so these are all of the blues blended together really nicely, and now I'm going to go off camera and do a half cut crease. I'm going to use my Revolution Ultimate Eye Base. This is what I use to set my base, to do my base, by the way. I don't think I even mentioned that. And the brush I always use for my cut creases is the Real Techniques accent brush, because it's super small and I feel like I can get a precise line. So yeah, I'm going to do this off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. These are my half cut creases, and now we need to pick a shade for the lid. Now I'm in a bit of a predicament because I actually don't know what shade to use, because there isn't really any light shimmers in here. They're all pretty dark, so I kind of wish there was maybe like a bright shimmer in here, because I mean there's like no bright icy shimmer. However, there is this highlighter that I use today, so I might use that, but I think I might go in with this one on like half of my lid and then maybe that on the inner corner. So let's give one of these normal shimmers a go, because I do want to test one of these and see if they're any good, and then if all else fails I'll go in with the highlighter. So I'm going to take the shade Gus. Cinderella, Cinderella. Anyway, I'm gonna stop now, because you know you just don't want to hear that. So I'm gonna take the shade Gus. I'm gonna take this dry. It has picked up quite a lot of pigment on the brush, so let's see if this is pigmented. Right, so I've applied that shimmer to the outer halves of my cut crease, and you know what? It's actually really good. Like, dry, it's not that bad. If you do add just a little bit of some sort of like spray, I just used the strawberry milk one from one of the I Heart Revolution gift sets. Do you know what? It's actually really nice. I think because I didn't clean up my cut crease and then go in with a base, I kind of just went over the top of a blue eyeshadow. It does look really nice with the blue underneath it, but you can't really see the green undertones. So that's obviously what the shade looks like. But obviously you won't be able to see that on my lid properly because I have the blue underneath it. However, I really like how it looks. It's not quite bright enough to go in my inner corner. So I'm going to use the shade Bibbidi from the highlighter side, and I'm going to use this in my inner corner. Okay, and this is what the lids are looking like. I actually am really liking the look. It's super pretty and really blue. I feel like I haven't done a blue look in ages. So now, oh, it's good. I thought I just got blue eyeshadow on my face and I didn't. Anyway, to blend out these outer edges, I'm gonna go back in with Midnight, which is the dark navy blue in the palette, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out the edges of where I put the shimmer. And while I'm here, I'm also going to apply Midnight to my lower lash line. We're going full blue today. Okay, so that's the rest of the eye look done. I'm really happy with it. The shades are not the best quality that I've ever played with, but as long as you build them up, you can definitely get beautiful looks out of them. Like, I'm absolutely loving this right now. So for my inner corners and brow bone, I'm going to take the shade Glass Slipper, which now I'm thinking about it, I probably should have used for the inner part of my lid, but we can't change. I was just worried about the undertone of it. It's quite dark, so I don't know if it would have shown up, but let's see what it looks like. Why didn't I use this on the inner part of my lid? I'm going to do that now. It's so beautiful, but the undertone really puts me off. But yeah, I'm just going to use this to brighten it up a little bit. I don't think it will make too much of a difference, but okay, and this is my completed eye look. I'm actually super happy with this. I love how it turned out. I love the cut crease shades with the matte blues. They all were super pigmented the more you built them up. They're a little bit like matte at first, but as I said, the more you build them up, the more pigmented they are, and they blend out so well with each other. So I do really like the eye look that I've created. I'm now going to hop off camera. I'm going to do my lashes, mascara, and I'm going to put a lipstick on because we are yet to try the lip topper. Right guys, so I'm back, and this is my completed eye look. Obviously we're yet to test the lip topper, but to let you know, my eyelashes, where did I put the box? Are here. They are the Pound Lashes in the style Dream. I really need to go and pick up some more of these Pound Lashes because they're so good. My mascara, of course, I Heart Revolution chocolate dipped, amazing, like everyday mascara. You really need to check this out if you haven't already. I've raved about it so much. And my lips are a Morphe combo with the Morphe lip liner in the shade Bay and the Mega Matte lipstick in the shade Bare All. Now we can move on to the final part of this video, which is testing out the Cinderella lip topper. So I wanted to put on a really light nude underneath because I don't like my lips with just the lip topper or lip gloss on top. I don't know, it just doesn't do the lip gloss topper justice. So we're gonna apply this. Now these smell amazing, so I would just buy them for how amazing they smell. They just have that sickly, like veneery, cakey smell. I'm in love with it. So let's give this a go. Okay, and this is the lip topper on. It's super pretty. Like, it is pretty much like a clear lip topper. However, it has those little bits of soft like shimmer in them that just make your lips look extra like juicy and beautiful. I think it's stunning. Definitely works so well over the top of like a matte lipstick. It feels really like hydrating and thin in consistency. It's not like that thick gooey texture. It's really nice and thin and comfortable on the lips, and I really, really like it. You can feel the little bits of shimmer if you really rub your lips together, but as I mentioned all the time when I say that, no one's going to really sit there and rub their lips together, so it just feels really comfortable. The shimmer is not too scratchy or anything. It's so subtle, such a little amount, and I really, really like it. I think it looks beautiful on the lips as well. So guys, those are all of the products from the Cinderella collection all tested for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down below of what you think of the Cinderella collection. I will be doing Belle tomorrow and then Tiana on Monday. So just to round up my thoughts and opinions on this Cinderella collection, obviously can't speak for the others yet, but just based on the Cinderella stuff that I tested today, I don't think the quality of this collection is as good as I know that the Revolution brands can do. I must admit, like, the single highlighter on its own is not my favourite formula that they've done. It's very powdery and chalky. It's just not, I don't know, it's just not the same consistency that I know that Revolution have done in the past. Even I Heart Revolution highlighters, the Heartbreakers ones, are so stunning. They're really blinding, and these are just so different. If you're like me and prefer a more blinding highlighter, I don't think you're going to particularly like these. They are very buildable, which is what I've noticed with all of the products that I tested today. Whether that's the highlighters, the blushers, or the eyeshadows, you do need to build them up because the quality is not amazing, do you know what I mean? So even the eyeshadows, you need to build them up to get them to how you want them. I think the shimmers are a little bit different as well. So like the one I used on my lid was really beautiful. It just needed wetting to be super like reflective, whereas the one that I used on my inner corner and brow bone was absolutely fine on its own. So I think the formulas are very like mixed. Some of them are a bit dry, some of them are really pigmented, so there's a bit of inconsistency in the palette, but I do really like the colour story. I love the look that I've created today, so I don't want to say too many bad things to make you think that I don't like it, because I do really, really love this palette. I just think that it could have been improved in some areas. I don't want to say, like, I don't want this to sound like I'm being so negative about this collection, because I'm really not. I'm just being completely honest with you of what my opinion is of the products. I do love this collection, and I am going to use these products again. It's just going to be a mixed bag of your personal preferences, but overall I do really like this collection. I am intrigued to now test the Belle and Tiana collections to see if they're the same formulas as the Cinderella stuff. I mean, they could be, they might not be. We won't know until we test them. So make sure you stick around and subscribe, and also put the notification bell on. That's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Of course, let me know down below what you think of the Cinderella collection. Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? I would love to know. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.